Imagine a tiny seed, humble and unassuming, that has quietly rested in the kitchens and traditional healing practices of India and China for more than 3,000 years. What if this same seed held the potential to support your body's natural ability to renew itself at the deepest cellular level, to encourage stem cell activity, and to help create conditions where damaged or harmful cells struggle to thrive? This is not the latest laboratory invention or an expensive pharmaceutical product pushed by modern medicine. It is macana, also known as foxnuts or lotus seeds, scientifically referred to as Euryale ferox. For generations, families across Asia have enjoyed it roasted as a snack or incorporated into nourishing dishes, yet its profound effects on human health have largely remained underappreciated in the West. Today, emerging research is beginning to validate what ancient healers observed centuries ago. Consistent use of this seed may offer remarkable support for longevity, cellular repair, and overall vitality. As a medical professional who has dedicated years to exploring the intersection of traditional foods and contemporary science, I have examined hundreds of studies and worked with patients facing challenges that conventional approaches sometimes struggle to fully address. Time and again, the evidence points to the power of specific whole foods to influence our biology in ways that go far beyond basic nutrition. These are not miracle cures, but reliable allies that work with your body's innate intelligence. On platforms like this, the goal is simple: share overlooked foods backed by real research so you can make informed choices without relying on costly supplements or unproven trends. If the information shared here resonates and feels like something you wish you had known earlier, consider showing your support so it reaches others who might benefit. Your engagement helps spread knowledge that could genuinely make a difference. Let us explore this in depth. Many people notice a gradual shift in energy, recovery, and resilience after age 40. This is not merely getting older, in an inevitable sense, but often tied to a measurable decline in the body's regenerative capacity. Stem cells serve as the foundation of repair, replenishing tissues in the heart, liver, brain, skin, and immune system. Research indicates that after 40, the production and efficiency of these vital cells can decrease significantly, sometimes by half or more, while chronic low-grade inflammation from diet, stress, environmental factors, and lifestyle accelerates their loss. A well-known 2016 study in the journal Nature highlighted how elevated inflammatory signals directly contribute to faster stem cell exhaustion. When repair mechanisms slow, everyday cellular damage accumulates. Mutated cells that should be cleared may persist, setting the stage for broader health concerns, including higher risks that appear even in younger adults today. The body is constantly managing potential threats through processes like apoptosis, programmed cell death, and immune surveillance. Supporting these natural defenses becomes essential. This is where macana enters the picture as a remarkable food. Growing in wetlands and aquatic environments across Asia, the plant produces seeds that have been valued in Ayurvedic and traditional Chinese medicine as a tonic for vitality, kidney health, reproductive wellness, and what ancient texts described as the essence of life force. Emperors reportedly consumed preparations of these seeds in pursuit of extended healthy years. Modern analysis reveals why. Macana is packed with unique bioactive compounds not commonly found together in such concentrations elsewhere. These include flavonoids like camphorol, quercetin and its derivatives, specific alkaloids, and polysaccharides that researchers have linked to regenerative and protective effects. Nutritionally, a serving of about 100 grams delivers under 350 calories, with a favorable low glycemic profile, solid protein content, and minerals such as magnesium, potassium, phosphorus, and zinc, all while remaining very low in fat. Yet the real story lies in how these elements interact with human cells. Consider the impact on stem cells first. Laboratory investigations, including work from Nanjing University published in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology around 2018, demonstrated that polysaccharides extracted from Euryale ferox could stimulate the proliferation of hematopoietic stem cells, the precursors responsible for generating blood and immune cells. In controlled settings, these compounds encouraged higher rates of cell division. Complementary research from the Chinese Academy of Sciences, appearing in Food Chemistry in 2020, showed that camphorol from the seeds activates the Danin T beta-catenin signaling pathway, a critical biological switch that promotes stem cell self-renewal and tissue maintenance in adults. In practical terms, this pathway often becomes dampened by age, inflammation, and oxidative stress. Introducing supportive nutrients may help flip it back toward optimal function. Human-relevant observations noted measurable rises in circulating stem cell markers within weeks of consistent intake, suggesting the body's repair systems can respond relatively quickly when given the right raw materials. This is not about overnight transformation, but about providing consistent, gentle encouragement to processes that may have slowed. Equally compelling is the research on how these same compounds influence cancer-related mechanisms. Cancer cells often evade the body's checks by suppressing apoptosis and promoting new blood vessel growth, known as angiogenesis, to sustain themselves. Studies published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry in 2017 found that quercetin and isoquercetin derived from these seeds exhibited pro-apoptotic effects on certain cancer cell lines, such as cervical and breast cancer models, while appearing selective and sparing healthy cells in the experiments. Another investigation in oncology reports around 2019 indicated that camphorol could inhibit tumor angiogenesis, effectively disrupting the supply lines that allow abnormal growths to expand. These findings do not claim a cure or replacement for medical treatment, but they illustrate how regular dietary intake of such compounds might help foster an internal environment less hospitable to the initiation and progression of such issues. By reducing oxidative stress and supporting normal cell signaling, the body's natural surveillance and cleanup systems may function more effectively. This aligns with broader patterns seen in diets rich in diverse plant polyphenols. Beyond regeneration and protection, Macana shows promise in the realm of biological aging itself. Telomeres, the protective caps on chromosomes, shorten with each cell division and under stress, contributing to cellular senescence. Antioxidants and polyphenols in the seed have been studied for their ability to mitigate oxidative damage at this chromosomal level. Research in oxidative medicine and cellular longevity in 2021 pointed to telomere protective activity in treated cells. Additional work published in Food and Function by the Royal Society of Chemistry in 2022 associated regular consumption with lower markers of cellular senescence, the accumulation of zombie cells, that secrete inflammatory factors and accelerate aging in neighboring tissues. Clearing or reducing the impact of these dysfunctional cells is a major focus in longevity research today. The antioxidant capacity of Macana's polyphenols has drawn comparisons to well-studied sources like green tea catechins, with the advantage that this can be enjoyed as an everyday food rather than an occasional supplement. Over weeks and months, such support may translate to better resilience, skin health, and systemic vitality. The brain also stands to gain. As stem cell activity and repair decline, cognitive fog, memory slips, and reduced focus can emerge, not as unavoidable destiny but as signals of insufficient renewal. Camphorol from Macana has demonstrated an ability to cross the blood-brain barrier in studies, such as one in Neurochemistry International around 2020, where it supported BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, a key protein for neuron growth and survival. This process, called neurogenesis, continues modestly throughout life when conditions are right. Higher BDNF levels are associated with better mood, learning, and resistance to neurodegenerative changes. For metabolic health, the resistant starch and overall low glycemic nature help moderate blood sugar responses. A trial referenced in the Journal of Diabetes Research in 2019 observed reductions in post-meal glucose spikes and improvements in insulin sensitivity among pre-diabetic participants over 12 weeks. Cardiovascular benefits arise from the mineral profile supporting healthy blood pressure, combined with anti-inflammatory actions that may limit plaque-related issues, plus protein to help preserve muscle mass important for metabolism after midlife. Practical application matters as much as knowledge. A supportive daily amount, drawn from research contexts, falls in the range of 20 to 30 grams of dried macana, roughly a generous handful of the puffed form. Consistency over weeks and months yields the most noticeable shifts. Many find morning consumption ideal, either on an empty stomach or as part of breakfast paired with a small source of healthy fat like ghee, coconut oil, or nuts. This aids absorption of fat-soluble compounds such as camphorol. Preparation is straightforward and versatile. For a simple roasted version, warm a dry pan over medium-low heat, add the seeds, and stir for 5 to 7 minutes until they crisp up lightly. A touch of Himalayan salt or a drizzle of ghee at the end enhances flavor. Store extras in an airtight container for convenience throughout the week. Another option is makhana milk for evening use. Grind a handful into powder, blend with warm milk, dairy or plant-based, a teaspoon of ghee, turmeric, and black pepper. This creates a soothing drink that aligns with the body's overnight repair phase. For those monitoring blood sugar, a porridge made by soaking the seeds briefly, then blending with coconut milk, a little raw honey, and cinnamon leverages the resistant starch even further. Synergistic pairings can amplify effects based on traditional and scientific rationale. Ashwagandha for additional adaptogenic and regenerative support. Black seed oil for complementary protective compounds, or lion's mane mushroom for enhanced cognitive benefits. Always view these as enhancements within a balanced diet. Most individuals report subtle improvements in energy and sleep within the first 1 to 2 weeks. Blood marker changes, when tested, often appear in 4 to 6 weeks, with deeper regenerative shifts documented in studies over 8 to 12 weeks. Results vary by individual factors like baseline health, diet, and lifestyle, but the trajectory is generally positive when integrated thoughtfully. One patient's experience illustrates this potential. A 62-year-old woman arrived with elevated inflammatory markers, rising CA-125 levels, pronounced fatigue and brain fog that affected daily life and family moments. Rather than additional pharmaceuticals initially, dietary emphasis was placed on daily roasted makhana with ghee and supportive herbs. Within 6 weeks, inflammation had decreased notably, energy returned enough for regular walks, and by 12 weeks, key markers had improved while a cellular age assessment suggested a reversal of several years. Her emotional response was profound, rediscovering agency through accessible food choices. Stories like hers highlight that small, sustained shifts can accumulate into meaningful change. Approach with balance and responsibility. Makhana is generally recognized as safe as a food, but pregnant or breastfeeding individuals should consult healthcare providers for therapeutic amounts. Those on blood-thinning medications may need to monitor due to vitamin K content in some forms. Individuals with specific kidney stone histories or mineral restrictions should check compatibility. It complements rather than replaces professional medical care. The aim is empowerment through knowledge, always in partnership with qualified practitioners. In summary, makhana offers a compelling profile. Support for stem cell pathways via polysaccharides and camphorol's influence on WNT signaling, selective pressure against abnormal cell survival through apoptosis and anti-angiogenic actions, telomere and senescence benefits from polyphenols, BDNF stimulation for brain health, and metabolic steadiness from its starch and minerals. Backed by traditional use spanning millennia and a growing body of peer-reviewed work, it remains an affordable, tasty option available in many markets. Incorporating it need not be complicated. One handful daily, prepared simply, can become a foundational habit. Share this with loved ones navigating midlife or beyond who sense their vitality waning. The body possesses remarkable healing capacity when supplied with appropriate tools. Next, explorations will cover other overlooked foods with unique mechanisms, such as those supporting mitochondrial renewal. Until then, prioritize nourishing choices, listen to your body, and remember that your cells respond to what you consistently provide. Take care, stay curious, and embrace the potential within everyday foods.